Hello, YouTube. This is an alcohol review of Starlight Distillery's Carl T. Hubbard's signature of Indiana Straight whiskey, bourbon whiskey. According to the label, 92 proof, aged 4 years. Bottle number is 0223. So, actually, batch number 0223. And, yeah, 46% alcohol by volume, 750 ml bottle. The back talks about pot stilling, minimum age 43 year or 43 4 years. 43, now that's impressive. 4 years. In new 53-gallon charred American oak barrels. By law, it's got to be brand new charred oak barrels, American. They give a blend of their mash bills. They blend in a 3 and a 4 grain mash bill. Family owned, straight out of Indiana. What makes it a Indiana straight bourbon whiskey, I do not know. I understand Kentucky is has its own features, such as there can't be any extra dye added the into the whiskey. But I don't know about Indiana. Wow, excellent cork. And talking about corks, it is an actual full cork with a wood top to it. Now, why is this worth noting? Many years ago, there was a blight on corks. Some weevil or something really got into it because cork is actually the outside of a tree. It's the bark of a cork tree. The weevils, whatever, got into it and just tore the place up and made cork obviously very expensive. So many different techniques were trying to find a better cork system than the traditional cork. So you'll find corks that are just ground pieces that are glued together. That's one cheap way of doing it. You'll find plastics, you'll find rubbers, you'll find a wide variety of different stopping methods. In this case, they went the expensive route with a beautiful wood grain top and an actual full cork. So they spare no expense in the packaging part. Now, I am not near the tower, nor am I near the house, so I am stuck using what I have around, a nice wine glass. And though it is not a Glencairn or a tumbler, it is something. We must adapt. And this is what we get. Actually, what I should use is more wine glasses. Shows off the bourbon beautifully. It is a beautiful honey tan. I seem to recall a red hue in it prior, but there is none now. It must have been the actual lighting in the room at the time. Give this your swirl test. The reason for the swirl test is it shows how well the whiskey sticks to the side of the glass. In this case, it tears up almost immediately and just runs right down. The reason why this is important, at least important to note, is that the residual sugar left in solution makes it thicker. The thicker it is, the longer it takes to tear or leg. The more sugar left in solution hints that it is a sweeter taste and a thicker mouthfeel. Thicker because it's more like syrup. In this case, it runs down quite quickly. Oh, I smell cherry, I smell lemon, I smell vanilla, bits of stone fruit, a little bit of cinnamon. All quite nice. There's a hint of a bite just in the back. All in all, a very nice nose. Very tasty. You get a very nice whiskey bourbony flavor to it. Excuse me. There's a bit of a bite around the edges of the tongue, and a little bit of stabbing involved, but nothing much of a deterrent of wanting to sip more. It definitely needs some of its sharper edges taken off. And the best way to do that would be through an ice cube. The problem is, adding in an ice cube will go and start muddying the layers of wonderful flavors it has. So you have a choice. Have the layers, excuse me again, have the layers, and have a great time exploring those layers. But at the same time, uh, you're being plagued with these bit of a stabbing, a bit of a burning sensation. Or put in a piece of ice, take away those stabs, those burns, but you're going to lose several of the subtleties that this has to offer. Excuse me. It's a very nice. It's almost Irish, in that it's very lighter level of whiskey. Now, the time of year this would be good for is a nice hot summer. It has such a nice light feel and light layers to it that it would not conflict with the heat and everything else that you get. Thus, encouraging again, ice cube. But try it, see what you guys think. It is called Starlight. Pardon me again. Starlight Distillery, Carl T. Hubbard, signature Indiana straight bourbon whiskey. Any comment about this particular product? Down below, please. We warmly accept it as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, and try it. Like the rest of us in the YouTube Spirits community know your thoughts on Starlight Distillery's Carl T. Hubbard signature Indiana straight bourbon whiskey. I think that would make it a shorter name, make it a lot easier. But like I said, a lot of subtleties, lots of different layers. Each layer has some razor blades covering the edges of it. To get rid of the razor blades, add in the ice, and all of a sudden you'll lock down your layers and you lose them. So, which do you do? Which do you try? Which do you want to try? See what you think. Until next time, keep on drinking.